YouTube is Upside DIY. So I'm finishing this cover. These hinges kept popping off, but you see how smooth these edges are. I put a little bit of coating of glue, sanded it down. I use pretty much die grinder blades. I use this to sand plastic, or plastic. I mean, this can actually grind down some metal too. The thing is, I'm actually going to show you guys a part that's not finished. I'm going to use a knife, an iron. An iron. It's like a hair dryer, but it's more of a flat surface. Is going to be used. Right here is basically the under glass protector. First of all, what I've made it from is pretty much a broken piece, like a front. There might be a broken side. I just cut the rest up, and these will make as rock protectors for larger rocks, which I can't really find. There's some rocks here. There might be some larger rocks somewhere. I could go outdoors and find some larger rocks, but I want smooth larger rocks. I don't want jagged edges or anything like that, unless I'm going to pile stuff up. Just as when I was swimming as a kid, we'd go on the river and things, and I used to always like the water hole type situation where you could swim underneath and in rock caves or something like that. But we'll just have to see. So I've got these pieces, and then I've got my under gravel filter. Here's one that's halfway made. There's this one that is actually pretty much finished, and it has holes there. I want to fill this bottom area up with a filter medium, or maybe just keep it plain. I'm not sure, because all the filtering is going to go through this pretty much a reactor type situation. But it fits nicely with the two pieces that I've selected. I have tried other pieces that aren't really that good. There's different forming involved and things. You just have to, custom fit every piece. But this will provide a larger pile of rocks, and then, I'm going to have HOB filter, which I've been gluing. I'm going to actually use the one that's on the 20 gallon, but I've been gluing this. There's silicone on this. First I put silicone on it, and the silicone is going to get really soft. I have the wrong type of silicone or something like that. So I just coated it with epoxy. Hopefully, nothing seeps underneath. Seeps underneath and starts peeling off. If it does, then I've got to really look for something that's going to really waterproof and things. Waterproofing things, it's not really as simple. I mean, there's rubber gaskets and pressure holding things. Threaded oil filters and things that actually have some tightness and pressure, and not a lot of pressure is directed towards the seam, but sometimes some things are that way. And even with these under gravel filters, these aren't all the way finished. They have to be more rigid to last for a long time. If I mess around with this base part, the glue can come undone and things. So I'm going to actually need to source out maybe some hard acrylic and things like that. Start gluing things. I'm showing you guys pretty much, a completed video of this cover, whereas there is, sand, using toothpaste to get off some of the sand and coating, and then, or some of the, these hinges do get rusted, and there's 4 of them on this aquarium and things. There's paddles that, or, things for the hinge that I actually had to make, because when I tried to lift up this aquarium lid, I won't be scared that's going to slip off the edge and things like that, or lift up and slip and then fall. But back to these hinges, there's 4 of them. They started to get rusted a little bit. So I had to use toothpaste and like sandpaper, and then coat it with some epoxy glue, and having rivet type holes through the acrylic is really helping hold those on tight. But my main point and things of this video is to just show off my pretty much DIY rock, you know, big rock type of you know, protector, and then and how, you know, I sorted out which pieces are going to, and I'm going to use small gravel, but the big rocks are going to and this may be at another angle. I'm going to have to clean this up a little bit, and then stuff like that is pretty much, you know, getting ready for the final finish. I just, you know, you know, I'm gonna basically, or I could just keep it bare bottom and things like that. But if I have the sources and this type of setup, I haven't used an under gravel filter yet. I've used kind of sponge filter like stuff, or things that I made, but not an under gravel filter. I've tried to aquascape and use gravel and things. You know, people that pretty much want a lot out of the hobby are you know, just doing the, I mean, I even want a lot out of it, but it is, you know, it's just between you and the amount of space you have, you know, the amount of manpower and labor and things like that, and the actual, you know, eventual, you know, what's the end of the you know, species and fish and things. I learn a lot every day. I learn new stuff every day. I might not be covering too much, so all my videos are really amateur, just because they're just my small ideas that I need to, you know, just pretty much that I've been focusing on. I do quite a few other things, trying to make epic videos, because this is YouTube now. In 2020, it's trying to, you know, take over the world, and quarantining and all types of things with the technology. You know, I get into all types of conversations to problem solving, and, you know, politics, religion, politics, science, and things like that. But, you know, that's just, you know, that's just how it is. But the main thing is with taking care of animals, and, you know, like fish and dogs. You know, I see it in other primitive videos where it's pretty much the end of the journey. You know, you just become a movable object that could wander around and things. But before that, there's just dirt, there's rocks, there's trees, you know, there's water and stuff. Stuff like that happens. But when you're just a creature dependent on nature and things, you want to try to, you know, keep it at a bare minimum, a waste. And growing, you know, it just depends, like, you know, how entertaining these videos can be, and trying to be consistent with who I am. And it's really much just it's really hard to make a video at this point for me, because there's so many other DIYs. There's you know, a lot of great videos and things, and I'm just adding a small, you know, penny to the well and things, and hoping my video does well and things. You know, I basically, you know, and then, you know, being a content creator and things, it's like I don't want to just, I don't want to pick on anybody at all. I don't want people to pick on me. So I'm not going to direct my information towards, you know, different groups and things, which is tough. Because we're all learning from each other and learning from the goods and the bads. But, you know, and I'm not even like, you know, an entertaining type of person. I try to just work and get money. That was just the only thing back in the days. Just, you know, just keep yourself busy, out of trouble, find some work, and get some money. And you know, it's really tough. It's really tough, but you know, it's. I'm just trying to enjoy this, man. I really like having the lights spotted down into an aquarium, just to really see the you know, depth of the build and things. I just don't have those things set up just yet. So this is just going to be a random DIY video, but there's DIY outdoors for me. There's DIY, you know, there's so much work and not much money. I'm putting more money out in things, which isn't a lot, but just in hopes of something big, or something, not even something big, just something to work out for something that's valuable. But I'm not even sure if that's even going to come my way or anything. But the thing is, I'm going to replant all these things. I'm working outdoor a little bit, little by little. I'm using garbage cans basically as potting. You know, just a large tub like that. You know, that's aluminum. I'm trying to use those more because I want to keep a space cleared out for you know, cement molding pots and things like that. But as long as there's a ton of garbage cans out there, that's another, you know, easy way to get into gardening. And you know, just filtering out and sifting out the soil is all you need to do. Make sure there's no worms inside of the dirt, and keep watering it and something like that will be shown eventually. The thing is, I'm also studying a lot about Egypt and books, and I'm in the United States, so it's really not useful to me. But you know, on YouTube, you know, I'm breaking down the politics of YouTube and things like that. Well, and you know, I don't know how those things are going to filter out through the media and, you know, with the politics or whatnot. So I'm gonna try to sneak in, you know, an Egyptian that they knew about Egypt since 1800s, you know, and you know, we're in the 2000s and there's a new generation and things. You know, I want to try to get clickbait out there. So, and also teach you guys the truth about some things that, you know, that are just, you know, coming from nothing to something, and you might need that little information just to fulfill your purpose on this planet. So let me go ahead and show you guys a little bit of that. So I've been studying this book. Look at this, these books. There's actually one, you know, there's the Bible too in there, but this is pretty much this is a solid line. This is a divided line. So this wall, personally, is actually an I Ching type of. This is a real ancient type of book, and there's like 5 of these types of books. There's like there's a book of poetry, you know. There's a book of history. There's called the Shu Ching. There's a book of odes, the Shi Ching. There's a book of changes, the I Ching. There's a book of ritual, the Li Qi. And there's probably one more book. So, but just seeing pretty much the some of the prospective you know, ways I can make some DIY videos. I also have another amazing book, which is the Pyramids of Egypt. This actually has a nice map, so I'm going to review some of this stuff. I've worked on this for the last week or two, and so on and so on. Whereas there's a nice map where it's going to show you where some of the pyramids are. This is from the early 1900s. A lot of the pyramids were by Giza. It shows you where the labyrinth is. But there's Luxor, which is more down south, and Karnak, where this generation is better known as, and other cool pyramids in this book. And there's a lot of cool other pictures and even diagrams of the pyramids. So I'm gonna do a major video on that. I already did it, but I deleted it, so I gotta really do it again. But just to show you guys on a map scale what is happening with me, and it's just time for some coffee and then some more looking up and grind work. So thanks for watching YouTube. Bye.